Welcome back. It's Sports Tonight. We're reaching live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. Just gone by, we talked about the Super Eagles of Nigeria and their preparations for the friendly game against the Teranga Lions of Senegal and Burkina Faso. So that's it. I just can't wait for them to play Cameroon.
They are all Lions. They are all Lions.
And I will know that.
One is indomitable, one is Teranga.
One is Teranga. And then for me, I just want to push away these friendly games and then we face the real deal with Cameroon. But it's all good. We'll continue that discussion whenever we can establish a connection with the team in London. But let's talk about the rescheduled games played in the Nigeria Professional Football League match day 8 fixtures. We'll just run through the story. What a story. MFM, they needed 2 penalties to defeat Rivers United by 2-1. And the struggle continues for Enugu Rangers. Missed a penalty and conceded in the 90th minute. So it's not looking good for Coach Imama and his team. Confirmation of the results there. MFM 2, Rivers United 1, Shooting Stars. They needed that victory. And since Enugu Rangers weren't taking their chances, they took theirs. Let's begin with MFM first. There's no way you talk about this result without mentioning one name frequently, Stephen Ode.
Yeah, I mean, Austin Stephen Ode has scored 12 goals in 11 matches, exactly. And he scored 2 penalties today. I mean, the second one was kind of controversial. The Rivers United players, didn't. They contested that second penalty, but the referee has taken his decision and it has to stand. I mean, the team is doing so well. They are leading the pack now. With this, after these 2 goals, they are leading the pack. They have relegated displaced Plateau United to the second position, and they are leading the pack.
With
First
27
time
points.
With 27 points, and it's looking good for them. It's looking good for this team.
Wow.
They play good football. In the middle of the pack, Sikiro Latubosu and creative, dominative midfielder Chukwu Kaonowa, very, very skillful player. They make things easy for Stephen Ode.
That's right.
It's like when Iniesta and Xavi were in the midfield, scoring goals, very easy for the striker. So when you have such creative midfield and a prolific striker, then getting goals should not be a problem.
Okay, I'll get you talking, Joseph. Let's just take this tweet from Kennedy Wafili on Twitter. He says, MFN topping the NPFL table is temporal. Bigger teams will overtake them before the end of the season. Do you agree?
They play the bigger teams. Who are the bigger teams now? Is it Rangers? They've defeated Rangers. Is it Yimba? Kano Pillars is fluctuating. Kano Pillars is okay. They are doing well.
Yimba needed the last minute goal from Ibrahim Mustafa to equalize at home against MFM.
Wow. So really, MFM, they are for real. I mean, definitely with the quality of football they are playing and the fact that they've also been very good away. They've gotten results away. So they are not...
The coach resting some players against Wiki.
Wow.
And still getting the results. So it shows that there is depth in that squad. Unlike last season when they had issues, if one player or the other is not playing, now it shows that they have depth.
Wow.
And they are getting results away from home, playing good football. Difficult to beat, and they have a very tight defense line.
And in some funny way, confidence and victories just boost your confidence, and they are getting comfortable every time they file out at the Agege Stadium.
They've turned it to a fortress of some sort. I mean, they harvest most of their points away, and they've been able to get results at home, at away. So really, if the way MFN is structured this season, and the way the quality of football they've been playing, it will be very, very difficult for them not to end up among the top 3 teams, at the end of the season.
And for anybody, saying that the big teams are going to come.
Who are the big teams?
I mean, you are picking points the first 14 weeks, and those teams are not picking points. Where are you going to get the points? What if they don't get the points? You have to start immediately. The sound of the whistle goes. You start well from the blocks. Who says that the other teams will not falter at some point or the other in the season?
That's right, and some teams are really faltering. Let's talk about Enugu Rangers. They traveled to Ibadan to take on Shooting Stars. Shooting Stars before this game are not really impressive. They've been generous.
6 consecutive draws.
That's right, but against Enugu Rangers. Though the question is, Joseph, who is running out of ideas in this Enugu Rangers team?
I think it's the coach, Imama, definitely. I mean, if you this season, whatever he's doing, because a coach is as good as his last result, fine, that's one. And 2 is that his judgment this season has not been sound. It has not been sound. They've not come into, they've not replaced Chisom in Obuchilam, went to Hacking. They've not taken necessary decision, to take them to the top this season. If you look at the way they've handled themselves this season, it shows that if they don't tweak the plan, whatever plans they have, they might end up, being relegated. Because the coach is heavily. I want to believe the Super Eagles job might even be affecting me because he's looking distracted to me.
Wow.
Quite frankly.
When you are not scoring, you shouldn't be conceding.
That's right.
But that's not the case for Enugu Rangers.
That's right. We were just looking at the statistics. Yeah. They have -2 goals different. It shows that they scored 8 goals and considered 10.
10 goals. Yeah.
So it shows that fundamentally, defensively, they have a problem. And like you said, after the end of last season, the coach was celebrated for obvious reasons. He broke the jinx over 3 decades. Yeah. No title. And he was being linked to every and any club, linked to Kano Pillars, Aqua United, your club, and a lot of clubs. The problem is he didn't recruit well. Look at the defense line. I mean, a BRT can move through that defense line. That's why they crashed out of the Champions League. If you are not scoring, like you said, you should have been considered so that it could balance out, your game. But he didn't do that. I expected that he should have fortified in the central defense line, and the team, appeared fatigued. Then the issue of management, like I said on Monday, Christian Chukwu, a gentleman, that could be a problem. They played in the first round. They played a team from Algeria. They played on Sunday. Played a midweek game on Wednesday, and agreed to play on Friday because the LMC opted to fly the team. How can you play 3 games in 5 weeks? I think the management should be also be held responsible. You don't do that. The players are not robots. Yeah. So it's a combination of management and the judgment of the coach. If you knew you had a ticket to play on the continent, then you recruit properly, especially areas you have problems. Okay, Odita, was a captain, but all of us knew that, age was not on his side. Probably coming to the twilight of his career. Then Papa Sane, not, like a modern, like a time bomb waiting to happen, always very rash. He got a couple of red cards last season. These are not the kind of defenders, you take to a season where you're going to play on the CAF Champions League. You are campaigning on the Premier League, and you are also campaigning, you are going to play in the Federation's Cup.
Wow.
So for me, he didn't recruit well.
So no depth in the team. You are defending champions. You should know that depth. Everybody wants to play you and beat you.
The players he recruited, he has not been using them. Perhaps he has seen them in training.
And they are not good enough.
Not good enough.
Yeah. And in the Confederation Cup now, they're up against Zesco. That's another nemesis club. Zesco they played in the semi-final last year against Melody Sundowns and lost out. So it looks like the way it's looking. It's looking more and more gloomy for them. I really don't. I don't see them as a team that is.
And Joseph, they have 3 rescheduled games, and we were looking at the games: 2 home, 1 against Pillars, 1 against Bukit Tourist, and a away game against Sunshine Stars.
So they probably win 1 against Wiki, play 1 draw.
Wiki were given ultimatum. They won. They won against Katsina.
United.
So their confidence is kind of high now.
That's right.
It's not too sure whether they'll be beaten in Enugu.
Okay. Confirmation of the table after the rescheduled games played today. MFM FC of Lagos sitting comfortably on top of the NPFL table with 27 points. So they said Plateau United, just calm down. Just calm down a bit to second with 25 points. And of course, El Kanemi Warriors third on the log, followed by Kano Pillars and then ABS. So look, just run down there to 19th.